So, as you can see, we are turning more and more orange. So, I'm seeing like Bitcoin is getting ready to do something very, very soon. But welcome everybody to Crypto Angles podcast number 72. My name is Kelitasahliah. If you are new, if you're not, then welcome. I'm a mother, a real angel, and of course, I dabble in crypto. That is why you're here. So, I combine astrology with the crypto markets to see how it could be impacting it, but it is astrology of the sky, so it's the sun, moon, and stars you see above your head every single day, not Western mainstream tropical astrology. Okay, so some placements and things may be different. Usually, the order of the video, if you are new, we'll check out some gematria connections, but there's none for this video. Then we'll look at the astrological story for this cycle. Then we'll check out the technical analysis for Bitcoin, XRP, and the DXY. So let's get into it. It's not going to be the longest of videos because it's just not. And if you do hear a little Minecraft in the background, it's because my daughter's right next to me. But anyway, let's get into it. So here we are. It's the 13th today. Make sure you check out my previous videos as well. I go over Dubcat. Check that out. It's pretty cool. But yeah. And the mic as well. I do hope you lot can hear me. It is a new mic. There's no volume control on it or anything. I just plug it in and turn it on. So I hope it's all right. I'm keeping it right by my mouth. So do let me know if this sounds okay. But anyway, let's get into it. Where we are in our full moon phase. Super Hunter's moon coming up on the 17th in Pisces and Aries. And we're in this phase because the moon phases last 5 days before and 5 days after. So we're going to be in this for this cycle and part of next cycle as well. We're giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, we're in it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So up until Tuesday, we're going to be in this full moon phase where price would like to find its support. Okay, so it could happen at any time during this phase. It could happen before the full moon, on the full moon day, or a little bit after. It depends however the market is feeling. But ultimately, when it is a full moon and it's clearly found its support, you can potentially DCA into the market at that level or long the market if you are trading. So it's up to you. The choice is yours. So that's pretty much the main focus. Oh, Mercury going into Libra, that's interesting. But Venus going into Scorpio, not really seeing much there. But Venus does cover money as well. It does cover monetary because Venus covers the material reality, and it's entering into Scorpio. So, do you know what this is telling me? And a quick look at the charts. I wouldn't be surprised if there's one last little dip down because Scorpio is about like death and rebirth. It's about what may seem vulnerable is actually your strength. So yeah. So basically I'm seeing how that could impact the market. It may appear vulnerable, it may appear um not worthwhile, not, you may lose some confidence in it, but really it's a big strength. So like in the market, that would be, it may be finding its support because of course we're still in that area. And even though on the larger scale, we'll notice that that's a good support level for continuation to the upside. We may get that initial thought of, oh damn, it's weak, it's vulnerable. So that's like Scorpio's energy when it comes to the material reality, but ultimately it's gonna be its strength. And then we're getting Mercury, as Mercury is it fuels commerce, it's about money, monetary things, as well as energy exchange. Um, and it's going into Libra. So Libra is about that balance, having that balance there. So when it comes to this monetary exchange, I am seeing balance starting to begin in the market whilst Mercury is in there. And then, of course, we're going to get more Libra energies as the sun moves into Libra. So I'm seeing on a larger scale, we're going into that balancing levels now, as since the first eclipse season, the beginning of this year, we have been in a downward momentum and kind of sideways in the crypto market. So I am seeing that balance come in, and of course it comes from it comes from finding its support with this full moon and in finding that support, we may appear a bit vulnerable, a bit weak with this Scorpio energy, but really it's a strength to gain that proper support, to make that right balance coming in. So that is what I am seeing with the astrological story. And going back to the Bitcoin stock to flow model, you can clearly see it's getting ready to do something. And what I've noticed, this is the longest red to orange squiggle that we've had. Forgive me with how the words that I use. I'm very right brained in all of this. Okay, I'm not a logical man, but anyway, we've got like the longest red squiggle going on here. Um, so I'm curious to see how high we'll actually go. Will we get a super cycle? Um, yeah, will we get it or will we not? Like, I'm anticipating seeing something quarter 4 and quarter 1. So we'll see. We'll see. But it is turning orange. When it goes orange, it moves on up. So we're at that point. We are at that point. Definitely the last stages. And yeah, it's like the longest amount kind of for all of them, like all the colors it's done except green over here. But that's when it first come out. Yeah, so it's going to be curious to know, like, it's been coiling up, coiling up, coiling up. How will it extend? um how will it extend? Is this the actual price? Yeah, that's the actual price of it. It was 36, 35. Yeah, I'm really curious if we're going to stay under this line or if we'll come and sit on it again or touch it. So it's going to be interesting to watch, but it's definitely getting close to it. But let's move on. Let's move on. I know this looks hella messy, but I like this chart. You see, when we've broken out of this, that's when I'm going to move my squiggles, okay? So it won't be so messy. It won't be so messy. So just looking on the daily straight away, I can see there's definitely room to the downside here. Looking at the RSI, we do have some room to the downside to go. Let's make it bigger. Fatter, fatter, fatter. So we're already kind of scoping down. Um, and we do have more room here to kind of fill out. Or are we going to squiggle in this and then go on up, if you know what I mean? Or are we going to come back down a little bit lower? I'm not sure. But there's definitely some room with the MACD. We're finishing on the red though. So like I says, price is getting ready to find its support. So the question is, where is it going to find its support? We are pointing down and we are underneath the 200 moving average, which isn't good, but we are being supported by the 8 and the 50. I can never remember if this is the 50 or the 55, but anyway, the white line we're being supported by. So because we are underneath this 200 moving average, this is kind of telling me we could have that little push down again to confirm support. We've hit it once, twice. Will we come back down just to this zone? Or will we be pushed further to confirm support onto this level? So that could be a thing. We have been trading within this downward parallel channel, which is also like a massive flag, I guess. But we've been trading down and down and down. So there's also that potentiality of it touching the bottom of this as well. And I'm not going to lie, I have been saying for cycles after cycles, videos after videos, I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin comes back and retests the top of this parallel channel, because just zooming out, let's just go on a W time frame to see easier. Now I have to zoom back in. Anyway, anywho, so yeah, it's like this was a solid trading zone within this parallel channel, and we actually haven't, we had a tiny, once we broke out of it here, we were trading on top of the parallel channel, but we haven't actually come back down to test it. So this is where I have been saying it for a while, but we've still not done it yet. If we'll do it, I can't be 100% sure, but then this is going back to this Scorpio energy and us finding our support to get to start that full balance, to no, finding our support with this Scorpio energy of vulnerability, to begin to work on getting this Libra energy to get that balance in the market. I just wouldn't be surprised, because if we are touching a bit of this Scorpio vulnerability, that would make people think, what's going on? Like a retest, what's that, 51K? A lot more people would be thinking, what's going on? But really, that would be a big sign of strength. I hope you kind of understanding or see my perspective of the astrology. It would be a big sign of strength because we've come back to retest it while still being within this trading downward, whatever this is called, triangle pattern, whatever. Pennant, I don't know what it's called, but we've been trading in this. It's part of the cup and handle. So us touching that one last time may seem fearful for some people, but that would be a big sign of strength because we're touched the parallel channel again, um, after touching it here, and we've not done it since January 2024. We've not done it, so that retest back to that and at a higher level at that 51, yeah, highs of 50 or 51K, to me would be very positive. It would be very positive. I feel that would just give it more of the spring to get out, but we may not do that. I'm just saying, if it does, um then just don't be surprised, basically. But just looking at it, oh, confirmation burp, just looking at it, it would be good, to be honest, especially if we are knocked under that. um Even if it's a wick, we retest that and then go on back up again, but we could well still be supported and our full moon could come in here. um so it's gonna be interesting. What are we getting a full moon in? Pisces and Aries. Aries a fire sign. Fascinating. I'm not seeing a big drastic movement from when we get our support, but possibly noticeable because Aries, it moves, but it's not one of the ones with like a higher percentage amount, if you know what I mean. So it's going to be interesting to see, but let's just see all of these lines on the W time frame. So we are being supported by the, no, almost by the 8 moving average, quite a bit away from the 50. So again, and look, this 200 is also all the way down there. I do not feel, I mean, if it happens like Black Swan, I don't know, but I really don't feel we'll go back into this parallel channel. But like I says, retesting the top will be amazing for the structure personally. We are getting a slight turn. We are getting a slight turn, but as you can see, this 50 or 55 moving average is down here on the W time frame. So could we gain that little bit of extra support off of that, possibly wicking touching this parallel channel? Or will the 8 hold us, and will we just hold this area and then break out? I don't know. It's going to be interesting. We're gonna, oh, what have I done? Got the RSI on here. Like I mentioned before in my past video, or one of my past videos, because we've kind of reached this point, like I was saying, maybe on the RSI for a bigger move up, we could come lower in the RSI, but we've kind of done a double bottom with this zone over here. Where is it? The double bottom with this zone. So it's like RSI wise, we're at the same price here, but obviously the price is much different. But at RSI, we touch that same zone. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Oh, hold on, I'm doing a video. I'll call you back. Okay. Yeah. Um, my pupa Rasta Drive. Anyway, so yeah, that's why I'm not so much entertaining that level, like us coming lower when it comes to the RSI, because we've done a double bottom. So it's like looking at it, could we well be taken up from this RSI, or will it want to fill out just a little bit more, a bit below it? But this is kind of like a move where it could turn position up and then we could go up into being overbrought again when it's ready. Like I says, we're turning orange, so it's ready to do this at any moment. W time frame again, The red's definitely calming down, which is good to see. So we're getting ready to just find that support for sure. So I just want to take a look. I want my planetary moving averages on there. As you can see, the dark purple, that's Saturn, it's at the top. This berry line is Uranus, it's at the bottom. So that is a sign for continuation to the upside. When it's in them, when it's in that direction, it's like upward momentum. When it switches, when Uranus is on top, get ready for downward, and when Saturn is at the bottom. So that is looking good. I want to just take these ones off and put on these ones. Oh, okay. So we're being supported really nicely here. This could actually keep us supported within this zone and not coming down here. So long as the other one, let me just put it back on so you can see. So long as we get above this 200, you can really see now, like we're putting them on, you can see how it's wedging up, getting ready to do something, because it's literally sat in between both of the 200 moving averages, the two green ones. Um, but yeah, it just needs to cross it. So that's kind of what we'll be watching for now. We may just hover and trade within this cluster and not come back down and retest this. Um, or even if we don't come down to here exactly like these zones where we hit this white line at 53k, the higher end of 53k. Um, so they're the levels I am keeping in mind when it comes to support. So 53k, the higher end, 51 at its lowest, and probably at its best, I'll say 60k when it comes to its support. So I'm going to be keeping an eye on those three levels. But I do feel personally, after it's figured out its support, um, and being pulled up into, where is it, our next new moon, which is going to be Libra, getting that balance. Like I says, this Libra energy is coming in with Mercury, the Sun, and our new moon in Libra. Um, could well be this November being pulled up into this new moon. We actually break out of this whole pattern, meaning possibly breaking our all-time high. Yeah, because we'll get our support in. It will either be here, here, or here with our full moon. And once it's found its support, it will continue on back up. It will play with those areas, and then the new moon will come in and we'll be pulled up to our new moon before getting rejected. So that could well be a slightly like retesting all-time highs potentially. But if the full moon pushes us up to our all-time high, then it will be breaking past our all-time high, getting rejected a little bit higher, and we'll come back and retest close to the top of our all-time high. So that's what I am seeing for the bits of the coin. Um, what else? Just looking at these candle formations. Yeah, just looking at it, it's good. It's shown a sign of strength because we did have a higher high than this zone, which is good, but not higher than this zone. So this is why even if we don't come retest this, it would be nice to see like our support just coming in higher than these levels. That would definitely be a sign of strength as well. When it comes to the body of the candle, not necessarily wicks. Like this wick got close to this parallel channel, so a wick is still a possibility. So keep that in mind. Let's just take a quick look on the 4 hour before we look at XR Pizzy. XR Pizzy in the hizzy. Oh, pardon me. Yeah, just look at all of this support. All of them are so like close together. They need to expand eventually, and this expansion will come from it either going up or down. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I don't want to make this too long because the calendar that I am using this calendar, the next one is in production, so that's why this video is not going to be too long. So these will be heavily discounted, even more than 30%. But the new one will come out very, very soon. Here are my reviews, people. Check them out, check them out. But anyway, XR Pizzy in the hizzy. Let's go back on the daily. I'm gonna be doing more videos, as well, people. This whole channel started with hair. I'm gonna be going back and showing some hair and showing a bit more of my life as well. And then anyone who kind of connects with that, like alternative healing methods and stuff, um, hopefully they see the Crypto Angles podcast or astrology and are like, hey, and much more videos, more esoteric type of vibes, a little bit about religion and stuff is gonna be coming back out soon. So yeah. XRP. XRP. Okay, so as I mentioned, going into this full moon energy price, we are wedged between. I've got them all on, so let's kind of close some off and see them one at a time. We'll do the luminary moving averages first. So we're hella underneath it. They're still positioned in an upward momentum way with Saturn, the darkest purple line, sat on top, and Uranus sat on the bottom, which is good. However, we're underneath Venus. I believe this one's Venus. We're underneath Venus, and sat on top of, I can't remember what this one is. Can I remember? Should we look? Uh, Neptune. No. Yeah, Venus is that one. The darker one's Neptune. So we're sat on Neptune underneath Venus. So it's just telling me when it comes to price finding its support, we may do a double bottom to here. um that may be a possibility, making us touch the bottom of this parallel channel again. Just kissing it one last time. That could come up because look look at it. We were pulled up into the new moon and then pushed right back down, and we're going to find our support now. This could well be a support level if we do hold this, and we could, because of this red line. This red line is the trend line to its all-time high of the body candle. um yeah, so let me show you. So, because I've shown it before, but if you're new and watching this, you won't know what I'm talking about. So this red line was our all-time high of the body of the candle, and the other red line is the whole wick, where we wicked up to the highest. So technically on this smaller aspect, this cross that's happening, we're retesting this. So we're above it, which is good. That is definitely a sign of strength on that note. And we're retesting it, so that could well hold us for quite some time. um yeah, hold your hand, pull you up. I'm holding the mic in one hand and using the other. Okay, so there you go. So yeah, we're sat on it right now, but like I says, because we are going into our full moon phase of price trying to find its support, I wouldn't be surprised if we're pushed back lower to either fully get another bottom here, but we could well retest the top, that 49 cents region. But if we don't, and if we stay in between that and coil, and the full moon comes in here, then kudos to XRP. But just kind of looking at it, it looks like it's creating a top, wants to come down again and then go on up. So we'll see. We shall see. RSI. Mm, we've already been pushed down by it. You see, we've already been pushed down by it. So we could just try and come that little bit lower. We may not do a deeper low in terms of the RSI. We might do, and we might get a bullish divergence. So we'll just have to see how it plans out. But there's definitely going to be some downward momentum. It's already doing it. So it just needs to finish that off. The MACD is ending, so it's slowing down on the MACD. So this is just telling me it's going to finish off this support, and then like I says, once it's done that, it may not stay there long if we come down here, or if we just stick to this zone. before obviously we get pulled up and then into our new moon. So that's what I'm seeing with XRP. We are literally trading sideways right now. That's all we're doing, playing with the exact zones. We got a little bit higher, which is, shown a sign of strength, but that pushed us down quite low. It's like these drops in Ripple is wild. It's really wild. So yeah, I'm definitely not seeing this go lower than 49 cents. Not really. um there's just no need to, like, you see how we broke out of it here and we touched on 41 cents. There's just no real need to do that. um yeah, and I feel even if Bitcoin does dip low, we could still stick within this region if we're going to retest this zone again. So yeah, I am anticipating downward momentum for Bitcoin and XRP, but not too much. It's in Aries, isn't it? Full moon. Yeah, it's just not too much. I'm not seeing a drastic move to the downside, but clearly we're trying to find our support before continuation to the upside. And that Libra moon, new moon coming in the 1st of November. Um, like, I don't like to predict, but I just don't see why we wouldn't at least be trying to break past this zone going into our new moon. Okay, so Bitcoin's definitely ready. Like I says, on this stock to flow model, the altcoins are just gonna follow. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Let's just take a quick look on the DXY and we'll come to a close. DXY. I'm gonna try and go live as well, not for crypto, just in general. Oh, look at this. Well, this makes sense. Why? Mm, this makes sense. Why crypto obviously had its little downward, but it's still kind of sideways. Now, this, as you can see, Uranus is still on the bottom, not the full bottom, but it's on the bottom of these two. But Saturn is already at the bottom here. So this is telling me soon we're gonna get capped. We're gonna get capped. This Uranus berry line will cross over Neptune and Venus, and then we'll be on the top. So this is just telling me that we're getting ready for sure for the downward momentum. I didn't even check the other ones, did I? Let's finish off. No, I have to do it in order. For XRP, I didn't put on the other lines because it was messy. Let's just take a quick look. Let's get rid of you for now. Let's put on just one. Okay, yeah, so we're underneath the 200 and the 50 or 55. We're being supported slightly by the 8, but that could be a bit weak because we could be pushed down again going into this full moon. And let's just check out this one. Let's hide this one. Again, we are underneath all of them. All of them. We're underneath all of them. So that could just sign of weakness, push us down to find our support. So just keep that in mind, okay? Everybody, keep that in mind. Let's just go back to the DXY. If you do like the video, please give a like on the video. Help your girl out because I've put hours of work into this and it would be nice to actually get paid from YouTube. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Also, any like companies, if you're seeing my video, please don't reach out to me if you don't want me to go over your project in my unique style. Okay, I can't do it in anyone else's style except my own. So if you don't like that, just there's no point in emailing me. All right, just don't. Anyway, as you can see, we were clearly getting that support going up here. That's why we had some upward momentum, but then we're getting that 200 as well as the luminary moving averages, which is getting ready to block us. It's getting ready to block us. The MACD, we're high on the green, starting to slow down a little, so we may still get more green movement. And that green movement, I don't know whether that's going up higher or we're just gonna be having a trading cluster here. Like, is like a bigger break and retest of this zone, as we retested it once, twice, and it's like the third time. So we could just get a trading cluster, and that 200 may keep us down, while the green slows down on the MACD. Again, we've just gone so high, so we've gone so high. So I'm just seeing sideward momentum, a little bit of retracement possibly, but because the crypto market, I am anticipating downward momentum slightly. This is what I'm seeing. This could just be sideward momentum. Oh, confirmation burp. It could potentially be. Um, yeah. And these moving could just bring it up that bit higher. Could retest this zone like in the middle of like here and here. Could be the thing, fully getting hit by the 200. So let's just take a look on the other one. I have to hide this one because my brain's gotten confused. Okay, there we go. So again, even if we have some more upward momentum and we try and retest this zone, we may get stopped out by that 200. But these two have crossed, which I guess is good. And the 8, we could continue to get that support by the 8 and get topped out at this zone. So it's like we're either, if we surpass the 103, we're definitely coming to, well, 103.1, we're definitely probably going to come to the 103.7 or 8 when it comes to the, I was going to say the MACD, the DXY, and this could be that support being found in the crypto market, etc., while it does this. But like I says, with the luminary moving averages, it's getting prepared for downward momentum for this. So even if we do have a little bit more of an extension, ultimately it's preparing to go down, down, down. Like, yeah, we could get hit, even if it goes to the highest point, get hit off this zone, and then we're just making our way further down as crypto, Bitcoin is getting very ready to do its first move up. So that is what I'm seeing in this video, people. Crypto Angles podcast number 72. Do make sure you check out the calendar and stay tuned for the next one, which will be available very, very soon, and diary as well. I know I came out late with the diary, but the next year's one is going to be available very, very soon. Okay, so make sure you stick out for that. If you did like this video, especially my interpretation of the astrology and how it could impact the crypto market, do let your girl know. Leave a comment, definitely leave a like, and subscribe if you'd like to stick around. Also, if you're interested in esoteric stuff and natural hair and just me, stick around anyway. But thank you for my loyal subscribers who have been with me for a while and who love these videos. I appreciate you. You're amazing. And I will see you in the next video. So with that being said, Angel out. Bye.